Hey my friends, this is Tom with ADV, and today we're going to talk about getting on and off the bike with it standing straight up, not leaning on the kickstand. And another thing we're going to show you is how to easily get a heavy bike like this off of the kickstand and up with relatively zero effort. This is of course, 1300 GSA. I got a full tank. I'm loaded here. So it's a heavy bike, but this, for any big bike, these same techniques are going to work. So it doesn't matter if it's a BMW, KTM, all of them. Now I have this bike raised up on platforms, and it's raised probably 5.5 inches off the ground, and I have a rock about 4.5 inches for the kickstand. So it's really leaning over, just to emphasize if you were a shorter rider. I have a 32-inch inseam, but today I have about a 27-inch inseam. So I did this on purpose just to show you how a shorter rider would handle it. And so first thing I'm going to do is we're going to stand the bike up. Now a lot of you probably just get on this and pull like this. That's a bad way to do it. Your leverage is poor and it takes a lot of energy. So I'm going to show you an easier way. Again, if you're fully loaded, you could be upwards of 700 pounds, over 6 for sure. So first thing you want to do, you want to take the bar and you want to extend it out all the way this way, just like that. Make sure your bike's in gear. If not, you can grab the front brake. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my right arm to show you. I'm going to make a solid point, solid bridge between the handlebar, my elbow, and my hip. So I'm going to push with my hip and push with my palm and stand the bike right up. Very easy. You can use your left side. It does the same thing. Again, I'm going to use a palm, my elbow to my hip, push my hip forward. Very easy. All right. So from here, I'm going to come around to the bike and I'm going to grab the front brake just as precaution. So I'm going to face the bike. I've got it balanced now. Then I'm going to raise my leg up over it and keep the bike balanced. So all I have to do is get my leg here. Now I'm not a ballerina. I don't stretch. So, I just put my leg up to there. Now I'm going to pull it around and put it on the foot peg. I don't want to touch the ground. I just want to go to the foot peg because it's a very tall bike, right? And I want my knees bent and my foot flat, so I'm putting a little pressure on this leg. Totally in control. My right foot's on the peg. You don't have to have 2 feet down. That's where people run into problems at. They try to put both feet down and then they get tippy. You just want to be relaxed on one foot, knees bent, hips kind of off the side. See how I'm kind of hanging off the bike a little. That's fine. So now I got to get the kickstand up, right? So all I'm going to do is get a little closer to the bike. Then I'm going to straighten the bars like that. Now I'm going to hop over the other side so my right foot is off the peg and it's flat foot on the ground. So I'm just going to switch over here. Relax. I got my knee bent. This foot doesn't have to touch. All I got to do with this foot is put the kickstand up. Now the kickstand's up, I'm relaxed. I've got one leg completely planted on the ground. Totally can control the bike. If the bike were to tip this way, then I'm just going to switch sides. Go like that. That's the best way to do it. Instead of trying to stand here tippy-toed, might go. You don't have much leverage because to touch, your feet has to be in. Instead, hang a hip off to the side. Put your leg out a little bit. Now you got a lot of pressure. Now you got a lot more strength. If it tips the other way, just pivot over the other side. Put your foot on the peg. Now I'm holding the bike nice and even. So I'm kind of hanging off a bike on this side. My foot's flat-footed, knees bent. Now all I'm going to do is push this kickstand down. So I just put the kickstand down. I'm on this leg. So now what I'm going to do is turn the bars this way. That way, this hand is closer to me this way so I can step off. Now I got my one foot down, the other foot's on the peg. It remains on the peg. Now I'm going to hop off the bike a little bit like this, so I'm half off. And I'm going to get my leg, pivot it around, and set it on the ground, no problem. So, most of you probably get on it with the side stand, so we're going to start there. I'm going to approach your bike straight, and I'm not going to use the peg to get on the bike because a lot of times the ground is not solid, as you know. It could be parked on grass, gravel, it can sink in. So you got to get used to throwing your leg over it. Make sure the bars are turned a little bit so I can enter the bike. It makes it nice and wide, and I can grab the front brake here if I want. Now I do have it in gear so it doesn't roll. So I'm going to approach the bike, and I got to get my leg up over it. Now if you can't lift your leg up over it, it's all right. You can grab your leg like this and put it on, pivot with your foot around, and hop on it like that. Now, I know this is the tough part. You got to get the bike over and balanced on the wheels. So a lot of times there's a lot of weight. You got it loaded, and this one is loaded. I got a full tank of gas, and I got to get it up in the upright position. So I'm going to show you an easy way to do that. Number one, you turn the bars towards you, or turn them to the right so this grip is close to your body. Then I'm going to put my right foot on the foot peg. All right. Then I'm going to take my left hand and put it under. So instead of like riding like normal, I'm going to flip it around and go under. This way I can help pull. So I'm going to push with my leg. The right leg's on the foot peg, and I'm going to pull at the same time. Meanwhile, I'll just hold the brake just in case and put my hand here. So I'm going to go raise up and pull like this and push off with my leg. So again, I'm going to grab here, push it like that. Now I still got my right foot on the peg. Notice, even though I'm not going to be able to touch well, I've got this side of my hips, my butt is off the seat, so I got more reach. I'm flat-footed, and that's because I'm tilted to this side. So now I want to get the kickstand up. So first thing I'm going to do is straighten the bars. It's going to make it easier. Hopefully I can do it with those ramps. Okay. Now I'm still on one leg. I got to get the kickstand up. So now I'm going to pivot to the other side and put this foot down. See how I slid off the seat a little bit? I'm flat-footed. I'm leaning the bike a little towards my right side. Now I can simply grab it and put it up like that. Again, when you're short, like I'm short now because I've got the bike raised off the ground so much. So when you're short, you got to get used to pivoting from one side to the other. And the quicker you can do it, the better you have chance you have of not dropping it. Now I always suggest if you've got that short of an inseam, you want to lower the bike. Ground clearance is overrated. It's got plenty of ground clearance with a lowered one. No problem at all. But if you are in this position, you got the tall one already, but you have a short inseam, this is what you have to do. So I'm going to pivot to the other side now. So I've just pivoted here, so I got a full foot on the ground, flat-footed. Don't worry about putting both feet on the ground. That's where you run into trouble. So if I go to where both my feet, I'm on my tiptoes, right? And I can't put my foot out for support. So you've got very little strength when your feet are in close like this and on your tiptoes. You don't have much strength at all. So it's better to pivot to the side like that. I got my right foot on the foot peg, and now I have plenty of strength and my knee's bent because I'm pivoted. See? Now I'll do it the other side. I pivot on this side, flat foot, knees bent. I got plenty of strength, so I'm not tiptoed, even though I got a short inseam because of this. Pivot again. There. Plenty of strength because I'm kind of hung off the bike on the side. So again, you don't want to tiptoe, you don't have much strength. I don't have much, you tilt a little bit at all and it'll fall over. So instead, just get used to going off the side a little bit. You can relax. I'm flat-footed, my knee's bent. I don't have to worry about losing control of the bike. So same thing, I gotta put the kickstand down. So I'm gonna pivot on this side. Like that. I gotta make sure my block is under there. My right leg is flat-footed, so I'm just on one foot. Now I'm going to pivot to this side and lower the bike down nice and easy.